Yo, what's up, my fellow worlds? It's your homie, the Queen, and you already read the title, so let's cut to the chase. Breakfast, as we all know, is the most important meal of the day. At least, that's what we have all been told. Breakfasts come in all shapes and sizes. Some are big, some are small, some are in between. Some are sweet, some are savory, and some are in between. And so on and so forth. But which breakfast is actually the best among the rest? Let's find out in today's video. Just so you know, these are just my opinions. Now on to the ranking! So I'm going to guess that at least a lot of you have watched at least one ranking video, and for some very odd reason that you haven't, let me just break it down for you. So basically, we'll start the ranking from lowest to highest, so from F tier to S tier. That is how I'll say my rankings. Wait, did that sentence even make sense? Oh, whatever, never mind. Okay, now let's start with the worst item on this list. In my opinion, obviously, and that item is toast. Yeah, I know. Why would I not like toast, you might be asking? Well, because it's basically crisp bread. And honestly, by itself is nothing special. It is pretty good if you add some nice other stuff on it. But if you just eat toast by itself, not even with a drink, then I am scared of you. Cause basically at that point, it's pretty plain. And the only time I'll accept eating toast by itself is if it's with butter. Buttered toast. You put butter in the bread and then you toast it. That kind of stuff. But if you just eat plain, dry toast, then I'm sorry, but that is just weird and very boring. So that's why it's in F tier. Sorry if any toast lovers are in the audience, but as I said, these are just my opinions. You're not forced to believe or accept everything I say. Just don't be an a-hole about it. Now here's one for all the health nuts in the audience. In D tier, we have a smoothie bowl. I have never had a smoothie bowl before, but I did have a couple of smoothies in my lifetime. And nothing against smoothies. Smoothies are pretty bomb. They're really nice. It's just that it's not really something I personally will have for breakfast. It's not really filling, though I do believe that it's very delicious and honestly pretty healthy. Take care of your health, both mental and physical, guys, even though it can be pretty annoying at times. And in C here we have toasted sandwiches. Now, a little story time. My dad usually makes these, and sometimes when we have some left over, you could eat them for breakfast, and they're honestly really good. And the only reason they're in C tier is because they're not really something I'd like to have for breakfast every day, unlike the ones in B tier and A tier. More specifically, A and S tier, to be more specific, but nothing against these. They're honestly really good, and when my dad makes them, they're pretty bomb, honestly. You should try to make these. They're honestly really easy. All you need is a sandwich maker, some bread, butter, and some filling, and that's basically all you ever need. Try it. I command you to. And just kidding, but seriously though, try it. Waffles, waffles, waffle, waffle, waffles. Waffles, waffle, 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 waffles. Waffles, waffles, waffle, 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 waffles. Oh, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me back there. Well, anyway, what I was trying to say is, in B tier, we have waffles and muffins. So let's first go with waffles. So the only reason waffles is in B tier is because I'm honestly not the biggest fan of waffles. Okay, before you throw your pitchforks and tomatoes at me, let me explain myself. It's just that Waffles, I don't know, I just don't like it. Okay, that's not really a good reason, but hear me out. So, I'm just not really the big fan of like the crooks and cannons of waffles. At least I think that's what those square things in them are called. I don't know, I just heard them say it in the store and just rolled with it. But anyway, it's just that when you ask me if I'd rather have waffles or pancakes, I'd say I'd want pancakes. Waffles just throw me off. And surprisingly, my mom prefers waffles over pancakes. So yeah, well, you know what they say, opposites attract. And that's why I don't like waffles. And now on to muffins. Now with muffins, it's a different situation. I do like them. They're basically cupcakes if they were naked. And they're honestly not so bad. It's just that, I don't know, I just prefer other things over them. But they're still pretty good. I won't mind them for breakfast and stuff. They're honestly really easy to make, especially if you don't have any icing sugar at home. Now on to the A tier, where we have porridge and cereal. First, let's start with porridge. And when I say porridge, I don't mean all those fancy porridges. No. I mean the store-bought porridges. You know, those ones that you can find at the store and buy them. The instant porridges, those types. And the banana and strawberry are always my favorite flavors. They're really easy to make. And honestly, really good. It's just, as you get the drift now, I prefer other things over them. But honestly, if you're looking for a quick breakfast, instant porridge is your G. Another instant breakfast that is your G is cereal. Cereal is goated. I don't think I need to say anything other than that. I love cereal. I love all kinds of cereal. I love the sugary ones, I love the basic ones, and I even love the healthy ones, like bran, granola, cornflakes, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pops, you know, stuff like that. I just love cereal. Cereal is awesome. Awesome. I love cereal. And now, for the final tier, the tier where all the best of the rest drive in. I present to you, drumroll please, pow, the S tier. And in S tier, we have pancakes, eggs, and oatmeal. And now we can start with pancakes. I love pancakes. Probably because there's no nooks and crannies like in waffles, if that's what they're even called. I guess I just like the circular and smooth surface of it. And they're honestly really good and easy to make. Especially if you add golden syrup on them. That's when they get extra delicious. I love pancakes. Pancakes are also goated. Try them if you haven't. If you haven't ever tried any type of pancake, then you're boring. Sorry, somebody had to say it. And now to the next good item in S tier, eggs. Eggs are awesome. These unborn chicken fetuses are delicious. That has to be one of the weirdest sentences I've ever said. And with eggs, they can be used in almost anything. And you can fry them in multiple different ways, or boil them in multiple different ways. And sure, they're pretty basic, but once you add some spices and stuff, that's when they begin to show their true potential. And last but not least, we have oatmeal. Oatmeal is really delicious. I like oatmeal. Too bad I haven't been able to eat it in a while, but hopefully I do. Instant oats are awesome. That's basically oatmeal. And just like eggs, they're pretty basic, but they can be used in extraordinary ways. Like, did you know that you can make apple oatmeal pancakes? Neither did I. And they're really good. And even by itself, oatmeal is very delicious. even if you just add sugar and milk. And if you add other good stuff, they become extra delicious. And now let's see the overview. We got an F tier, toast. D tier, smoothie bowl. C tier, toasted sandwiches. B tier, waffles and muffins. A tier, porridge and cereal. And S tier, pancakes, eggs, and oatmeal. And this is my ranking of breakfast foods. Just remember that these are my opinions, and even if you don't agree with them, comment what your ranking will be in the comments. Just remember, don't be an a-hole. And that's all, folks. Peace, and I'm out of here.